we're also going to do a technique called the emotional freedom technique. And the emotional freedom technique is an acupressure technique that's tapping. You tap on acupressure points. And it seems like...
There was a program on TV about that.
Yes, I Can Make You Thin.
Yes.
Yes, with Paul McKenna, which is what finally gave me the wherewithal to put this program on. Because I thought he's doing exactly what we've been talking about doing for years. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So yes, he did tapping. We're going to do a different version of tapping. He did something called TFT, and we're going to do something called EFT. EFT is an offshoot of TFT. Both are wonderful. But I happen to be an EFT trainer, and it happens to be one of the things that I do in my practice on a regular basis, so we're going to use EFT. And the cool thing about EFT is that, first of all, it's highly effective. Secondly, you can't hurt yourself or anyone else. And thirdly, you can take it home and use it yourself. So even if it's a day when you can't come in and you come up on some emotional thing that is really, you find yourself just eating like crazy because you are emotionally charged, you can tap yourself down at home. You don't have to be here. But you will be able to come up to 10 times a month in this program. So, the next day you can come in and get some help if you need it. So EFT, how EFT works basically, it's based on the idea that your emotions are actually energy in motion. They aren't stored in your body, folks. Have you ever wondered where they are? Like, where are your emotions? Doctors have cut you open and looked in every crevice. They've cut out all different parts of the brain, prodded here and prodded there. They've never been able to find your emotions. And that's because your emotions are actually electromagnetic signals that live outside of your body in this thing called the aura. And they process through your body in the same way that computer signals process through your computer. Like if you open up your computer and look for your files, you can't find them. They're just not in there. And that's because they're electromagnetic. They're stored in there electromagnetically. And your computer then draws them in and sends them back out for you to view. The same exact thing happens with your emotions. So your emotions live in this electromagnetic system. And when we tap on these acupressure points, we're using an ancient Chinese system of meridians that we're actually tapping out blockages that keep the energy from moving through correctly. So that takes care of that freak out that you get when you think about eating a donut, or that freak out that you get when you think about some emotional thing that has happened to you in the past. And we clear those out until eventually you don't get the emotional charge that drives you to eat anymore. We're also going to do a number of different other techniques that we're going to use along the way. We're going to use affirmations, which is where you say statements over and over again to reprogram your mind. We're going to use visualization so that we can recreate our future according to a new picture of ourselves. We're going to use mindful eating, which we'll be talking about in a second. We're going to use Dennison laterality reprogramming. We're going to use vibration, which is a way of moving breath through the body to help clear emotions. We're going to be using something else called masterminding, which we'll be doing in every meeting. And masterminding is based on the biblical concept of when two or more are gathered in my name, I am there also. And it's a synergistic power of two. In this case, it would be the synergistic power of 100. So we'll be using each other's energy and each other's positive beliefs in each other to help create our future in a new way. And that's why the group is so powerful. And as we get up on the internet and we start to franchise this thing out, assuming that it works, it's going to get really powerful and people are going to start healing all over the place. We're dealing with, from this perspective, we're dealing with the weight issue as if it's something that needs to be healed, not something that needs to be battled. We're taking the battle out. We're just going to heal it. So that brings me back to the food, diet, and exercise. As far as dieting goes, we're simply going to follow Paul McKenna's 4 golden rules. The 4 golden rules of weight loss, which are, I think, brilliant in that they take all of the worry about eating away. It takes away the desire it takes away the worry that creates cravings. It takes away all the bad feelings that you're not allowed to have everything. It takes away all that resistance that just makes you feel bad inside when you eat food. So we're going to start by just taking that out of the equation. So the 4 golden rules of weight loss are simple. 1 is eat when you're hungry. That's pretty easy. How many here can eat when they're hungry?
And not hungry.
And number 2 is eat whatever you want. Who can eat whatever they want? Then you do it. So the idea is that we're going to take, like I said, all of cravings and everything out of the way. Just eat what you want. But number 3 is where the trick comes in, and that's eat mindfully, or eat consciously. Mindful eating actually is an Ayurvedic term that goes back a long way, but I thought Paul McKenna put it pretty well when he said eat consciously. That's something that everybody understands. The whole thing is that we eat and eat and eat and eat without paying any attention to what we're eating. Mostly because we're completely freaked out about every bite going into our mouth, as if we're somehow bad or wrong or worried whenever we eat. We have to get that out of the way. It's time to start loving and enjoying our food again and giving it permission to just relax in the body. Because I think that all that freak out tells the body, oh, this is dangerous, and then when we say, oh, I shouldn't eat this, oh, I shouldn't eat that, or we think, I shouldn't eat this, I shouldn't eat that, the body reacts by storing it in fat cells to protect us because it thinks it's poison. That's what we've been telling it. So if our body hears what our mind is saying, and what our words are saying, what else would it do but protect us by storing it in fat? So we have to stop those thoughts. And by eating consciously, we start to pay attention to our food again and to love our food and give ourselves permission to eat. So we take out the freak out. So when we take a bite, we're going to savor it. We're going to put our fork down in between bites, and we're going to enjoy the food. And when we're done, we'll take the next bite. So we're going to eat consciously and pay attention to our food and love our food and bless our food and be grateful for our food. And then we're going to stop when we're full. And by doing step number 3, step number 4 is going to get easier. Because most of us are eating so fast that we don't have the signals that tell us when we're full. So 10 minutes later you're going, oh God, I ate so much. We don't need to do that anymore. We can eat until we recognize we're full, and by eating consciously, we will have smaller portions, which will automatically help us to drop the pounds. And then if you're hungry an hour later or 15 minutes later because you stopped eating early, go have another few bites until you're full again, until we get all that freak out of the way. I think that's important, that we just eat comfortably again. When's the last time you ate something and really felt great about